Hey guys, so you probably know that Canada is planning to bring 1 million new immigrants for the next 3 years. This is a great time for you to apply to one of the programs and become Canadian. This is exactly what we did with my wife. We applied to the Express Entry program and got accepted. And today I would like to share with you what we went through, our experiences, and how you can do the same. It doesn't mean that you will have exact same experience, but there will be some situations which might work in your case as well. The important thing is that we did not use any immigration consultants, we did not pay anyone, we didn't hire anyone. We did all by our own, and it's very easy. So just first I'd like to show you that we received this visa just a few weeks ago, and here is the confirmation of permanent residence. And we're planning to leave to Canada next week. In order to apply for the Express Entry program, you need to go to the official website, which is canada.ca, and then complete a questionnaire. There you answer basic questions like your age, your English skills, and you answer some of the questions that they ask you. After that, you fill out an Express Entry profile, and if you're successful and you get enough points, you'll be entered into the pool of applicants. Overall, there is around 80,000 applicants in that pool, and every 2-3 weeks they select 2-3,000 applicants who score the highest points. In order to score these highest points, you need to have several things. Overall, there are 6 things that you will need in order to pass the Express Entry program. First, you should have your university diploma assessed. Second, you should pass French or English exam. Third, you need to have enough funds in your account in order to sustain yourself a few months in Canada. Fourth, you need to be in good health. And the last one is you need to get the police clearance certificates. Now let's talk about each step in more detail. So regarding the university degrees, you should get an assessment of your degree from a Canadian institution. There are several of them. As I know, there's WES, CES, and some other ones. So we got our degrees assessed through the Comparative Education Service. And at the end they send you this kind of form that your degree matches the Canadian standards. It takes around 16 weeks, and it costs $200 to $250. You can get it done even quicker, but then you'll have to pay twice more. Moving on, second thing that you need to have in order to pass the Express Entry, you need to pass official tests for English or for French. As you know, in Canada, Quebec area, they speak in French, and everyone else in Canada speaks in English. So if you're going to Quebec, probably you need to pass the French exam, but we passed the IELTS. IELTS General English is the one that's required. So you can't have TOEFL or any other exam, just the IELTS. And it has to be IELTS General, not IELTS Academic. I personally tried IELTS, taking IELTS 3 times. First 2 times I got 6.5 in writing. The rest were above 7.5. And the last time I got 7 in writing and 3 9s for the rest. Basically the requirement is a minimum of 5, but if you're getting 5s, it will be very challenging for you to get enough points in order to pass the Express Entry program. So for me, having 6.5 and 7, the difference of 0.5 resulted in extra 30 or 40 points for our overall score in Express Entry. That's why it's very good for you to pass the IELTS at a very high score. I would like to talk about the funds that are required for you to have. I think overall it's $10,000 to $12,000 Canadian dollars per person. And then if you have a family member or dependent, it will be extra $2,000 for each one of them. So it will be $12,000 for you, plus let's say $2,000 for your wife, and another plus $2,000 if you have a kid. So depends already how many family members you have and are gonna go with you to Canada. You should have this money in your account for around 6 months, so it shouldn't be like the money that you just put yesterday. You took the bank statement that you have this money. They'll look at the history of the money, so you should show that you earned this money with your job, or however you earned it. You should have some proof showing that. The next point is being in good health. We know that in Canada there is like a free healthcare system, and everything except for dental care is covered. But somebody has to pay for it anyways, and this is paid by the Canadian taxpayers. That's why they want people who are in good health and whose costs for healthcare treatments will not exceed 5,000 Canadian dollars per year. So if you have a severe condition, then your chances are not as high to pass this program. Next point I'd like to talk about is the police clearance certificates. Basically, if you lived outside of your country for longer than 6 months after you turned 18, you should obtain a police clearance certificate for that country. So in my case, I lived in US, I currently live in Russia, and I am from Azerbaijan, so I needed 3 police clearance certificates. The one from Azerbaijan looked like this, and you get it from the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Another one I got from Russia. And the last one was from the FBI, from US. Actually, the most difficult one to obtain was the FBI certificate, since they require you to give fingerprints in the International Organization on Migration, which is like UN's organization. They have it in almost every country. And here in Moscow I had to go there and take these fingerprints. They put their stamp on it, and then I sent one copy of this along with my passport's copy and the form that I filled out on FBI's website to FBI by regular post. And in 12 weeks they processed it and sent us the result. From Russia it took me around 40 days to obtain this certificate, and in Azerbaijan it was the most easiest. It took me around 5 minutes through the ASAN system. You also need to have work experience, so that would be the 6th point. Work experience is very important. The minimum requirement is 1 year of full-time work experience. Personally, I have around 7 years of work experience, and my wife has more than 1 year work experience. That's why I was the primary applicant. We both work for international companies, so it was easy for us to get the reference letters. In order to get the maximum points, you should have experience in the same field. Basically that's about it, and if you have any questions, please write down below and I will try to answer them. I don't promise that I'll answer them, but I'll try. Also, I would like to say that the important part of this is that we did not use any immigration consultants or agencies. We didn't pay anyone for these services. Because it's actually fun to go through it yourself, and at the end of the day you save around $5,000-$10,000, which you can spend on something else. And also, if you can't do it on your own, it will be pretty challenging for you to start your life in a new country. It will be the smallest challenge you'll have to go through. Imagine the challenges ahead, like getting a job, starting a business in a new country, a new environment. And there are some links that I would like to share with you that you can use. First of all, use the official website, which is canada.ca. Second one that we used was the Canadavisa.com. There is a good forum there where people ask questions, people help each other. The next one is the MyImmitracker, MyImmitracker.com. It's an Excel file which is open source, like everyone can log in and create an account there. You fill out your profile data there, and then you can track and compare yourself to other applicants. And overall, there is a trend which holds itself true. So if you're tracking your visa office or you're tracking people from your country, you can do that through this website. It's very useful and we used it. So I wish you all good luck and wish you all to get the confirmations of permanent residence.